Have you ever wondered if what we call illness is just one side of a much larger, more mysterious story? What if the ailments of the body were, in fact, echoes of a much deeper, spiritual struggle? Let's embark on a journey through different cultures and beliefs to explore this fascinating question. Imagine the desert monks of ancient times. They spoke of a peculiar state called acedia, a profound spiritual fatigue, a weariness of the soul that manifested as physical listlessness and despair. Was this simply a lack of motivation, or was it the soul itself growing tired in the vast, silent expanse of the desert, yearning for a connection that had been lost? Now, let's travel to Latin America, where for thousands of years, people have spoken of the evil eye or mal de ojo. It's not just a superstition. For many, it's a real phenomenon where a glance filled with envy or ill will can cause sudden sickness, especially in children. Traditional healers perform rituals to cleanse this negative energy. Is this just a cultural belief, or can focused intention, whether positive or negative, truly impact our physical well-being? In the realm of spiritism, particularly as practiced in places like Brazil, illness is often seen as an attack of This refers to spirits, still attached to the material world, influencing the living and causing physical and mental distress. Spiritist centers work to dialogue with these entities, seeking to bring peace to both the spirit and the afflicted person. It's a perspective that views illness not as a random biological event, but as a spiritual imbalance needing resolution. Venturing into the heart of the Amazon, we encounter the world of shamans. For them, disease is often seen as a spiritual intrusion, a perdition, or a loss of a piece of one's soul. Shamans journey into the spirit world to retrieve these lost fragments or to combat malevolent forces that have attached themselves to a person. Indigenous stories are filled with accounts of healings that defy modern explanation, where chants, plants, and rituals restore what was believed to be irrevocably lost. Let's look at depression from a different angle. Some mystics and spiritual teachers describe it as a cut cord, a profound disconnection. Disconnection from what? From our true selves, from our community, from nature, from the divine spark within. They suggest that the deep sadness and emptiness of depression are symptoms of this severed link. The healing, then, isn't just about chemical balance, but about reweaving that sacred connection, finding our way back to wholeness. What about illnesses that run in families? Modern science points to genetics, but what if there's more to it? Many spiritual traditions speak of hereditary sin, or, in Eastern philosophies, karma. This is the idea that we carry not just the genetic code of our ancestors, but also their unresolved emotional and spiritual patterns. Families can carry energetic imprints, and certain illnesses might appear generation after generation until someone in the lineage is able to heal that ancestral wound. Throughout history, great epidemics have been viewed as more than just biological events. Think of the plagues of the past. They were often interpreted as a moral mirror, reflecting the state of society's collective soul. During these times, people were forced to confront their mortality, their values, and their relationship with one another and the divine. Could widespread illness be a macrocosmic reflection of a spiritual sickness in the heart of humanity? A call for collective reevaluation and change? And what about conditions that seem to defy a clear diagnosis? Cases related to what was historically called possession are often viewed today through a psychiatric lens. Yet, across cultures and throughout time, there are documented accounts of individuals exhibiting extraordinary changes in personality, strength, and knowledge, which are resolved through spiritual, rather than medical, interventions. This raises the question: can our consciousness be a vessel for other influences? And can this manifest as what we perceive as illness? Perhaps one of the most compelling arguments for the spiritual dimension of health is the phenomenon of unexplained cures. There are hospitals and pilgrimage sites around the world, like Lourdes in France, where thousands of medically documented, incurable cases have been inexplicably resolved. These healings often occur on the edge of faith, in moments of profound surrender or spiritual connection. If the mind and spirit can participate in such miraculous recoveries, what does that say about their role in the creation of illness in the first place? Finally, let's consider the inner world of our emotions. In many spiritual and even psychological frameworks, there's a powerful link between holding on to resentment and the development of physical disease. The weight of unforgiveness is not just a poetic phrase. It can be a chronic stressor that keeps the body in a constant state of fight or flight, suppressing the immune system and creating an internal environment where illness can thrive. The act of forgiving then becomes a powerful form of medicine, releasing a burden not just from the heart, but from the body's very cells. So, do illnesses exist? Of course, the biological reality is undeniable, but perhaps they are not the whole story. Perhaps they are a language of difficult, often painful language through which our soul, our ancestors, and the universe itself are trying to speak to us. They might be messengers, calling us to look deeper, to heal not just our bodies but our connections, our pasts, and our hearts. By listening to these messages, we might discover a path to a more profound and lasting form of wellness. What are your thoughts on this? Have you ever had an experience that made you question the nature of illness? Share your story in the comments below. Thank you for joining me on this exploration today. If you found this journey thought-provoking, please like this video and subscribe for more content that delves into the mysteries of our existence. See you next time.